go dumedisa ka boikokobetso. Ke tshepa o siame. Go na le potso ye nngwe. Ke batla go e araba ka bonako. Potso ya gompieno ke: How do I know when to use yo-o or yo-mo? The question is asked by Ed Gumuruza. Remember, if you have a question, drop it on the comment section or send it via email. It might inspire a lesson in the future. This question draws from a portion of the Setswana language called Concordial Agreement, which is concerned with making sure that the sentence aligns well. Concordial agreement is the way in which figures of speech come together with each other in order to make sensible sentences. It is important for figures of speech in sentences to have the correct alignment so that there is no confusion. The meaning of the sentence might be lost if that is not the case. You would know that in English, when the subject is singular, the verb takes an S suffix. For instance, the boy speaks. If the same sentence is in the plural, the verb loses the S suffix. It becomes the boys speak. In this way, the components of the sentence align well with each other. This is how concordial agreement works. In Setswana, concordial agreement is achieved through little ways called concords. Marui. Be sure to search for my lesson on concords. There are concords for most parts of speech, such as concords for the subject of the sentence, the adjective, possession, and so on. The yo-o and yo-mo are concords associated with the nouns that denote human beings. That is the mo-ba class of nouns. Once you go through the lesson on concords, you would follow what we are talking about better. Now, what does yo-o or yo-mo mean? There is a detailed lesson like I mentioned on that. I will attach the link on the description section. In short, they can be both translated as who is, as in a person who is doing this or who is such and such. To explain, let me start with how yo-o is used. Remember, the phrase who is used together with an adjective. Sometimes an adjective can be a verb, such as when you want to say a runner who is running. The running becomes an adjective. Or if you want to say a woman who is laughing, the adjective there is laughing, because it distinguishes the woman from any other woman who might be there. So the verb is used to distinguish the subject. That is the work of an adjective. In such cases, in Setswana, you would use yo-o. That is when you want to use the verb as an adjective, the verb to distinguish the subject of the sentence. Let us see. Here are two examples. Motabogi yo o tabogang. Motabogi yo o tabogang. A runner who is running. Motabogi yo o tabogang. Mosadi yo o tshegang. Mosadi yo o tshegang. A woman who is laughing. When you use yo-o in this way, make sure that the verb ends with an ng suffix. In this case, tshega becomes tshegang, and taboga becomes tabogang. I have a lesson on the list of verbs. Please use that for practice. In the same way, do not forget to subscribe. That is important. Now, yo-o can also be used when stating a person's emotions. This can be mohumi yo-o itumetseng. Mohumi yo itumetseng. A rich man who is happy. Molatlhegelwa yo hutsafetseng. Molatlhegelwa yo o hutsafetseng. A loser who is sad. Yo-o also applies when you want to use an adjective that shows a person's qualities. That is, when you want to say things like modiri yo o mafolofolo. A worker who is energetic. Mogwebi yo o megagaru. A trader who is greedy. Modiri yo mafolofolo, mogwebi yo megagaru. So basically, all in all, that would be motabogi yo tabogang. A runner who is running. Mosadi yo tshegang. A woman who is laughing. Mohumi yo itumetseng. A rich man who is happy. Molatlhegelwa yo hutsafetseng. A loser who is sad. Modiri yo mafolofolo. A worker who is energetic. Mogwebi yo megagaru. A trader who is greedy. Moving on to the usage of yomo while you click on the like button. Now yomo is used with other adjectives. Remember what we have just talked about. A verb can be used as an adjective, and that is what we have just covered. Now we are looking at adjectives as we know them, normal adjectives. If you want to state a person's color, shape, size, numerical information, you make use of yomo to denote the phrase who is. The last part of the concord is written as part of the adjectives. If, for instance, the adjective is ntsho, meaning black, you would write it as yo montsho. Ntsho and mo form one word. Let us look at the examples. Motho yo montsho. A person who is black. Mokhalajhe yo mosweu. An old man who is white. Motho yo montsho. Mokhalajhe yo mosweu. Moagisani yo mokima. The neighbor who is fat. Moagisani yo mokima. Monna yo motelele. A man who is tall. Monna yo motelele. Mosimane yo monnyane. A boy who is young, or a boy who is small. mosimane yo monnyane. Mokgweetsi yo motona, a driver who is older. Mokgweetsi yo motona. Moithuti yo mongwe. This means one student or a student who is one. Moithuti yo mongwe. Mosetsana yo monosi. Mosetsana yo monosi. A girl who is alone. That would be motho yo montsho, a person who is black. Mokgalaje yo mosweu, an old man who is white. Moagisani yo mokima, a neighbor who is fat. Monna yo motelele, a man who is tall. Mosimane yo monnyane, a boy who is young or a boy who is small. Mokgweetsi yo motona, a driver who is older. Moithuti yo mongwe, a student who is one, meaning one student. Mosetsana yo monosi, a girl who is alone. So that is how you differentiate between yo-o and yo-mo. Yo-o and yo-mo. As can be seen thus far, it all depends on whether a verb is used as an adjective or a real adjective is used to distinguish a person that is being talked about. When a verb is used as an adjective, yo-o is used. If regular adjectives are used, yo-mo is used. Ke tla felela mo. Ke tshepa o tlhalogantse.